So cheers, everybody. Welcome into Malty Monday.
Hello.
Cheers.
Yeah, today we're going to be looking at the English Brown Ale. So I'd like to, while we're here, before we get into what the guidelines are for that, I'd like to say hi to the panel. We've got Jim Eagle, aka Rontario. We've got Thrash Metal Homebrew and Barbecue.
Cheers, thanks for having me, man.
Thomas Metal 75.
Cheers.
Got Chatio.
I like turtles.
All right.
Alex the Beer Master.
What's up?
Oh, thanks everybody for joining up. So I'll just give a quick rundown of what the English Brown Ale is, what we're looking at from what I've looked and seen examples of. We're looking at a Northern English Brown Ale. This is, the aromas are going to be light, sweet malt aroma with toffee, nutty, and or caramel notes. A light but appealing fresh hop aroma. UK varieties may also be noted. A light fruity ester aroma may be evident in these beers, but should not dominate. Very low to no diacetyl. The appearance is going to be dark amber to reddish brown color, clear, low to moderate off-white to light tan head. Flavor notes are going to be gentle to moderate malt sweetness with a nutty light caramel hop character and a medium dry to dry finish. Malt may also have toasted, biscuity, or toffee-like character, medium to medium-low bitterness. Malt hop balance is nearly even with hop flavor low to none. Some fruity esters can be present. Low diacetyl, especially butterscotch, is optional but acceptable. Mouthfeel is going to be medium light to medium bodied and medium to medium high carbonation. Overall impressions, drier and more hop oriented than a Southern English Brown Ale with nutty character rather than caramel. Got some comments here. English brown ales are generally split up into substyles along geographic lines. So, yeah, that's pretty much the rundown of the, what did I say it was? Yeah, the Northern English Brown Ale. So, I'm going to go ahead and get the panel all set up over here like this. We're going to go ahead and let Ron go first in traditional fashion. So, floor is yours.
All right, legendary Ron.
Thank you, and hello to Miscellaneous and Thrash Metal, Homebrew and Barbecue, and Thomas Metal 75, also known as Eric, and also known as Massachusetts Beer Reviews, and Chatio, and Alex Beer Master. And I hope Michael's okay, because usually he's hot to join these things, and I always think he would never miss unless he's ill or something, so.
He's fine. I've hanged out with him on Stout Sundays yesterday morning. I don't know.
I know. Well, he was fine yesterday. Today's a different day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Elvis Presley was fine. All right. Anyway, now
Anyway.
Oh my God. Wow.
I caught myself. That was just making
No, you're good. That was just perfect. That was funny.
Turbo Dog is what I have. And we have a little coincidence here tonight, but it happens. I could have gotten the Newcastle, California style English brown ale, but I saw this one. I said, I'm going to bring this. Ain't nobody else going to have it. Well, haha. I got fooled. Okay, anyway, this has been on the market over 30 years, and they haven't changed the recipe. It's 5.6, 5.628 IBUs, brown ale. I checked a bunch of references. They say it's English style, so I felt comfortable. Ooh, nice smoke. I first drank this in 1996. Now they change the label about every 5 years, 4 or 5 years. So next time you see it, the label might be different, but they will update the label. When it first came out, it was just the simple traditional Abita label from a long time ago. Now that's a thick head of foam, and I'm using this glass because that's what they show on the website for Abita, so I figure I'll use what they're showing. You can see it's dark brown, but with the light shining through it from outside, the dimming light, it's reddish brown. So, you know, these English style brown ales will have a red thing going. But it's translucent and it's almost like transparent in a way. You can see through it, but it's dimly. It's like through a glass darkly. Go watch that movie. All right, anyway. So it was $8.49 for $8.99, $8.49 to $8.99 a 6-pack, depending on which store you shop at. And you can get it in a Vita variety pack. The aroma is not too strong, but you can pick up some sweet brown bread crust and almost like sugar, really. And maybe cream like you would get in coffee and cream. Cheers. Here we go with the taste.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Man, you could just drink this beer like you were going out of your mind. And I'm not saying it's like, oh, it's so awesome. It's the greatest beer in the history of the world. It's nothing like that. I mean, it's just drinkable like you could just guzzle it, but it would put on the pounds. I'm sure that calorie count is not low. When I first tried it, it was so bitter in 1996. I was like, oh. But I knew when I drank it back then, I said, you're not used to this kind of stuff, so you'll get acclimated to it. So I just kept trying them, and of course I did get used to it. People ask me sometimes, when did you get into craft beer? Like, how did you transition from macro to craft? I said, I transitioned in like 1 second, because when I started doing this project in February '96, I was just randomly grabbing craft beers and macro mass-produced beers, you know, side by side. So I wasn't really transitioning into it. I just figured they'd all be good. I just started trying them.
Hey, Ron, I never even knew there was craft beer in 1996.
Yeah, but how old were you in '96?
I was going to ask that question.
I'm 35 now.
I was 4.
No, I was 35 now, but I don't know how old was I.
Okay, so 35 minus 20 is 15. Minus 5 is
10.
So when you were 10, you weren't really
Been around.
craft beer. You were
No.
probably, huh?
I mean, Sierra Nevada's been around for a long time making craft beer.
Right, but I mean, but what I'm trying to say is Alex was probably more interested in like Nintendo or something. You know, they didn't have
Right.
Yeah.
Nintendo Craft Beer Wars. Watch the craft beer fight the macro. You know, he probably wasn't.
Do that. Do that, Ron.
That's funny.
I can't help that. That's a gift.
Appreciate you, Ron.
Oh, thank you. And remember, the longs are from North Louisiana. All right. The body's medium.
And he's a saint.
No, he's not. The body's medium, and the finish is kind of dry. It's enjoyable. It's an enjoyable beer. And oh, one more thing, Chad. Not Chad. I mean to say Alex. When I was a little kid, we were in the Long Congressional District, though it stretched from North Louisiana down to here. So we actually were in the Huey Long family Congressional District. Yep.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, it's sweet but not too sweet. Bready. It's they use roasted malt. We see they use 3 kind of malts here. They use pale, caramel, and chocolate. So you're getting light, medium, and dark. And then they use them Willamette hops. Now the hop people in this group, the real hop experts, could explain how that's going to pan out. But they use Willamette hops. Pick up the use. I don't know how to really break that part down, but I mean, if you drank only like Michelob Ultra, yeah, you're going to think, oh, this is the most bitter beer I ever had in my life, because it probably is the most bitter beer you ever had in your life. But and of course, you're going to think it's heavy, you're going to think it's strong. But yeah, relative to that, it is. But if you start advancing, and this is not like a syllabus where people think beer is like a college program. Like, well, then you're going to advance to that. No, if you just drink whatever you want, okay? You can go from Michelob Ultra, and the first craft beer you try could be Lagunitas Hop Stupid. You don't have to, progress. So I never did feed into that belief. But it even almost has some coffee notes. I think it's a really good beer. I mean, I'm going to give it a 90. I'm going to say it's a 9 out of 10. It's excellent to an extent. It's an A-, but I would never go lower than A-. And if I was really extreme, I would say B+, but I think that's getting kind of funny about it. I don't think it deserves that. I think it's into the 8. Now, Abita is kind of like Full Sail, Red Hook. Who's that? What? Harpoon in New England? Samuel Adams. They don't make too many super intense beers. They make more like mass appeal beers, but they do have some of the line that are super intense. It's like barrel aged and stuff, but those are a very small part of their market. So most of what you get from them is going to be that kind of. I think over there in Colorado they had Boulder Brewing. They used to make those kind of like mass appeal beers.
Boulder.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. People make it like it's something wrong with that. What's something wrong with that? What's not wrong with it? People like it.
They've been around since.
Yeah, people like it. It sells.
78, I think.
Distribution's
Yeah.
there, and the company makes money. That's the whole idea.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I never could really understand that fixation. With if a lot of people like it, it's bad. No, if a lot of people like it, they might like it because it's good.
You're
But
right.
anyway, they're not all a bunch of idiots that are slaves to marketing. They might just enjoy it. Anyway, enough rant and rave. I'm not going to keep going on. I like it. There's your 90. Wednesday we doing any Yingling beer, 7:20 Eastern time.
Ooh.
Any Yingling beer, and this is a problem for a lot of people. They can't get it.
I can get it in 2 months.
No, I ain't helping them out.
Yeah, that's one thing. We can't get it here in Colorado.
Not it's about 2 months away.
So I might be going solo, But any
Nice.
Yingling
Hello?
beer, and then the week after is any Dutch beer. Now you'd be lying if you say you can't get a Dutch beer. But tomorrow morning at dawn, we got Crown Royal Black. Why it's got to be black, and this has been on the market
Black
11
beers
years.
matter. Or black drinks
that didn't
matter too.
That didn't come out of my mouth. And here's Canadian Club small batch 12-year age. Thanks to John Anile who gave this to me, and I think it's going to be a major showdown. And I think the advantage is going to go to the the Canadian Club. I'm sorry. And then
Couldn't
later
do
that day,
soon. You're almost out there, Ron.
I can stretch a liquor bottle for years. And then you'd be
You're almost
shocked
done with
how
that
long-
one too.
You can be shocked how long I can make these things. And then I have Heir to the Throne later in the day tomorrow. I'd like to know what throne it claims it's going to inherit. But here's one you'll never see, thankfully. Now, anyway, that's it. So thank you for letting me join this extravaganza. And I'll watch the playback. And I hope everybody has a wonderful night.
All right. Cheers, Ron. Thanks for jumping in, man.
Ron rocks.
See you, Ron. Appreciate you.
If you're not subscribed, you're not part of YouTube.
I think it hurts to fall.
Yeah.
You along with the saint.
Yeah. Go give Ron some love, boys and girls.
Waiting for the hand.
No,
I'm still here.
He's alive. He lives.
Oh man. That was
I guess
great.
Bumpkin gives him the old kick out.
The old kick.
I don't know.
All right.
All right.
That's a hard man to follow.
See you in the chat room.
It is.
I see that the chat is lively tonight.
Yeah.
Kev Mitchell, how much have you had to drink tonight?
Everything. All the English browns.
Right. Tonight I'm doing Samuel Smith's Nut Brown Ale, and Let me put my spectacles on here because I'll make a spectacle if I don't. This is
cans.
brewed at the old brewery, Tabcaster, estimated 1758. It's a product of the UK, but if you look at the fine print, brewed by Samuel Smith's Brewery, Tadcaster, England, imported. Oh, I thought they were going to say it was made in like Washington State or something like that. I guess not. This is a 5% alcohol by volume. I think I've had this in a bottle, and it only came in cans. I picked it up tonight, and I knocked the dust off the thing. So who knows how old this is? On the bottom of the can, they have some sort of code that you don't know what it means. So let's go ahead and crack this open. And while I'm pouring it, let me bring up what they have on the website. Yeah, it's kind of spriteful. Let that go. So the product information on here, it's brewed with well water, the original well at the old brewery, sunk in 1758. It's still in use with the hard well water being drawn from 85 feet underground. Best barley malt, yeast, and aromatic hops fermented in Stone York Square to create a relatively dry ale with rich nutty color and a palate of beech nuts, almonds, and walnuts. So best served at 55 degrees. So ingredients: water, malted barley, yeast, cane sugar, hops, and carbon dioxide. I don't think you brew with carbon dioxide. I think carbon dioxide is the byproduct of brewing. So on the nose, you can get that. You get a caramel. That caramel note that you get from those darker malts, along with the sweetness of the cane sugar. I have not had one of these in a long time, so this is like, off the cuff. I don't have cuffs on because I'm wearing a regular t-shirt, but it looks like it's holding the head for a little bit. It is a very white head, 5%. You're not going to get any legs on it. The backlight on this thing is kind of a caramel red. What else could that be? Yeah, I'm going to say caramel red. It is mild to moderate carbonation for the moment. We'll let it set for a little bit. But very pleasing off the nose. I'll go ahead and do the full review. I'll go ahead and get everybody done. Cheers. Love you all.
Cheers. Thanks, Trey.
Gonna get her done. All right, people. Strangely enough, I think Bumpy was going to bring this exact beer, so this is for you, Bumpy. Anyways, thank you for stopping by the miscellaneous beer. You can subscribe to that man if you like on this channel. In this video, we got Moat Mountain. They're in North Conway, I believe, in New Hampshire. Bone Shaker, their brown ales, their English varietal brown ale, and they've been around since the year 2000. And what are they doing here? Again, it's an English brown ale. Barbarian Pilsner malt, caramel malt, chocolate malt flaked barley. That sounds pretty good. German Tettnang, Chinook, and East Kent Goldings with a surprising usage of American yeast in an English brown ale. All right. See if the hops kind of brown ale that thing up to the English varietal. So I went to Moat Mountain in September. My brother was getting married in New Hampshire, so I did not have a chance to try this beer, but everything else over there is pretty dynamite. This beer you're not seeing in the candlelight very well, but that is a deep chestnut kind of mahogany color with a just about 3-finger head there and a nice khaki looking colored head. It looks real good. It's a little see-through, but there is some sediment, very small, fine sediment in there. It looks good brown ale so far. Thank you, miscellaneous.
No problem.
All right. We'll come back.
All right. Let's see what Chadio's got.
I've a lot of problems. I'm just kidding.
Put a brown ale on.
I went pretty basic, and I'm surprised I might be the only one that went this basic. I have Newcastle Brown Ale. And in a white writing right here, it's hard to see on the camera. It says, brewed and bottled and seen and man about a horse at Lagunitas, Chicago, Illinois. So apparently this is brewed and bottled in Chicago. It is 4.7% ABV. Let's see if I can find my church key. Let's crack this bad boy open. Boom. Like that. Uh-oh. It's a bubbly. Pour it in the pint glass like so. Uh-oh. Move, kitty. Move, kitty.
Oh, yeah.
Not a drop.
You got lucky there.
Move, kitty.
It seems like I'm getting lucky a lot with these beers. I'm not going to lie. Oh, my gosh. It's just holding. It's like a marshmallow. You can see through it. Where's my flashlight? Here, you can definitely see through it. It is an amber-ish in color, dark amber, almost mahogany in color. Cheers! I'll have some information next time around. Thanks for having me, Miscellaneous.
Yeah, man. Chadwick.
It's gonna be. He ran away. So yeah, hi. How's everyone's Monday going? Everyone good? I'm good.
I got it.
It's better now with brown
We went through
ale.
this yesterday. Miscellaneous is like, we're not doing this again with Chatio.
The bicycle and you ran away, people.
All right, let's get Alex in here and see what he's got today.
All right. Well, I got the Yards Broad Champion Ale. It is a 4.2 by volume of alcohol. So it is a brown ale. So we're good. I thought it wasn't. But we got it done. I figured it out. I'm going to pour it up. Yards beer's been good so far. I drink their other stout beer. Young, it has a, I think that's what it is. I don't remember. Yards Young Stout or something. I'm trying to think what it was. I can't remember. Drink so many stouts tonight. Funny. So hard to keep track.
They make a love stout. It's nitro.
What is it?
They make a love stout. It's nitro.
I think that's what it was with the heart. Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
So that was a good beer too. So let's see what this looks like, shall we? Cheers.
Cheers, Alex.
Crystal Amber Malts Roasted Barley. Year-round beer for Alex the Beer Master. 12 IBUs, if y'all do know. There you go.
So that
Knowledge.
is kind of like a half-ass Alex the Beer Master pour, but the real Alex Beer Master pour when you see it all blow up. But hey, you know it is what it is. I just do it how I do it.
Half-ass.
So kind of like a finger of head, nice frothy bubbles, and nice and dark and red. And I will give you the smell, the taste next time around.
Cool. Thanks, Alex.
You're welcome, my brother.
Hey. All right. So on to me. Yeah. So I thought everybody was going to be hopping on the Nut Brown and the Samuel Smith's Nut Brown and the Newcastle bandwagon. So I figured I'd go get something out of something different, and I had a feeling Ron was going to bring this one too because it was from his neck of the woods. I've got the Turbo Dog from Abita. It's 5.6%. Yeah. So let me see. This is a very good dog. Has rich dark color and body with sweet chocolate toffee-like flavors. Turbo Dog is powered by pale caramel and chocolate malts and Willamette hops for runaway good time. So, yeah, I've had this before. They used to serve this all the time at the Cajun restaurant I used to work at. So,
Cajun restaurant. I didn't know you worked there. That's pretty cool.
I used to a long time ago. Not working there ever again. So yeah, got this beer's been sitting out for a minute, so I really can't. The head looks very rocky. It's about 2 years. It's off white. Yeah, beer seems a little bit on the warm side. That's all right. I got a 6-pack, so I'll drink this one down, and I'll let everybody go back through and hopefully have a fresh one to pour by the time it's my turn again. So here we go. Put Thrash back in.
Cheers. I keep muting myself because
Yeah,
the
so
pollen is out now. As much as I hang around horses and all the stuff that goes on at a ranch, I'm not allergic to hay or alfalfa or grains or anything like that. It's when the grass is coming up. That's
that dander and
yeah. It's well,
That's when you're sneezing all the time, Brian. That's what
I think
Yeah.
the trees haven't started coming out yet, but here in Colorado, the grass is starting to get green, so things are starting to pop up. So anyway, enjoying it. Pretty good. I drank that much. I'm going to top it off with the rest. It's got pretty good effervescence to it. This is a Samuel Smith Nut Brown Ale. Not everybody climbed on the nut tonight, as Drew said. So I made. I'm gonna have to do that thing that Bumpy and them did on this camera, so it doesn't do what it's doing right now. 5% ABV. The nose, like I said, sweet caramel. The liquid was dark, semi-clear, roasted brown, and Eric Thomas Meadows said chestnut. That came to mind.
Oh, yeah.
The CO2 is light to medium, and it keeps it throughout, which is nice. It needs the brightness to it. So on the taste, it's bright but light, which a lot of the English beers usually do. They're the English, the UK people, I hate to say it, they brew beers that are much lighter than America's beers usually are in that same type of style. Not to put it down, it's just that's the style. It's a light body. You got a minor mouthfeel. When you drink it, it's semi-sweet. It's got a little bitter tang to it. It's like kind of reminds me when I used to homebrew. Like the first couple times I homebrewed, I used extract when I was doing the extract brewing. You get this twang with it, which is kind of off the cuff. They might be doing that with this. Who knows? But it's something to do with the malt profile. So you get this little tang in there, not a twang, a tang.
You're saying in the finish, maybe, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's in your cheeks when it's done. So, and usually I'll get that with extract brewing. It evolves into an after bitterness, which is very prevalent in here, which matches the profile of the beer, which is beautiful. Awesome. You get this like Thomas Metal did. I just used that as an afterthought. The chestnut, almond, you get a light caramel in there. The finish is very dry. You're left with that bitterness, which makes you want to drink more. I say that a lot about these beers. It's just the truth. That's the way they are. I'm happy with this beer. It wasn't too bad except for that little tang in there, but I'm not going to knock it down too much. But, this is one of those styles that it's an English styles are usually they're second thought styles for me because I'm usually an upfront IPA, pale ale. So my palate is more towards those things. But for the style, this really rocks. So I'm happy with it. And I was talking with Miscellaneous earlier, and he had it before, and he had a bad score for it, and he was thinking it may have been a bad product that came out at that time. So
yeah, I think I scored mine an 80. I had out of the can. I think it was just not good, or it was really old, or something like that.
Yeah. This one's not bad. I think the shelf date, the can doesn't state what it is. They have this code on the bottom of it. I bet you if you plug it in somewhere and you take a rocket ship to Uranus, you'll freaking find out what the code means. So who knows when it was made. It seems to be kind of fresh, but like I said, I took the package out of the cooler and there was dust on the top of it. And I was like, so I was going, hopefully it's not that old. But if you look at it, it still has some retention there. Very good beer. English style beers are very, very light, and they're bright, and they're beautiful things. This one is red hue through and through, that chestnut, that caramel color. It's beautiful. I like this one. I have 3 more in the fridge. Well, actually, I have 2 more in the fridge. I'll enjoy another one later. So. Thank you very much, Drew. Mr.
problem.
Switch,
Ah,
thank you, Chap. Cheers.
Cheers.
all right, everybody. So I have to comment really fast on that because I think Alex, the beer master, and I were talking about this last week when we had some Samuel Smith. It's like the well water in those beers kind of gives it that twinge thing you're kind of talking about a little bit, almost like a minerally kind of a copper penny thing. Maybe that's sort of along those lines. I've noticed it before. But to get back to this beer review, New Mountain from North Conway, New Hampshire. This is their Bone Shaker brown ale. I don't think I mentioned it, but it's a 5.4% alcohol by volume, and this was canned on the 9th of February. There you go. All right, did a little bit of drinking on this, so I think I can do this relatively quickly. The nose isn't really much, but what I'm getting is a really lightly roasted or lightly toasty kind of a grain, like a brown bread, and some amount of chocolate. That's really about, it's really about it. There's some toasty notes and some brown bready notes. So, and the chocolate. Cheers. Let's give it a taste.
Cheezers.
Cheers, my friend. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers, Toss.
Let's see. Some lacing. I'd say that's a moderate amount of lacing. That's pretty good. Moderate carbonation. It's probably on the light side, but medium. Crisp, clean, pretty refreshing. Pretty clean, fairly refreshing. And we're mimicking the nose on this one. I think the body of the beer is just a little bit bigger than what the nose led on to be. So definitely a lot of chocolate up front. You're getting tons of that toasty grain and tons of that toasty kind of brown bready note. There's something in there that's reminding me of, I don't know if it's maybe walnuts or pecans, maybe more like a walnutty kind of a flavor on that one. And I can kind of get that little twinge, even though this one's not well water. I know exactly what Thrash maybe was alluding to. This one definitely has like the slightest amount of a chalkiness, and I'm kind of getting something that's reminding me of like a minerally water content, but not much of that. That's why I say it's almost, pretty clean. But that just goes away after a little while. The finish on it, however, let's see. It thins out in the mouthfeel. You're getting left with some sort of sweet malt and grain before it does dry. So they have a smokehouse over there where they do a lot of barbecue, and this beer would be perfect with some of those barbecue flavors. It's not too heavy of a beer, but you are getting a little bit of ABV. So far, so good. I cannot complain. I think this was maybe $11 or $12.99 for a 4-pack, so not bad. Cheers, everybody. The hops, not really overly pronounced, more on the grassy floral side. Cheers.
Oh,
Cheers, Eric.
this guy's here. Everybody watch
Oh,
out.
shit. All right, we're done. Thank you for coming, everyone.
Dude, everybody.
Keep it up.
Yep. Good night.
Good night.
Right, I got a button for that in case he gets that along.
Oh shoot! There it is.
Oh,
Oh, well, I have a shut the fuck up
Nothing.
Donnie on my little stream deck for those reasons. All right, so this beer, I forgot to talk about the appearance. I've gotten kind of deep in it, so we'll go with it from here for my notes. Dark amber mahogany color, frothy white head. You saw it earlier, almost went over, but it stayed. Really decent lacing. That's just lacing it up. That's a dirty glass right there. And decent carbonation, kind of still. It's just lazily going up. The aroma, caramel, malt.
Oh my God!
Roasty, toasty.
Sorry.
You just cut the cheese?
No, it's like I was gonna say you got a titty heart on there for a minute. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Oh man. Well, Lucy's showing up, so let's check the flavor before this little one wants to try it too.
Hi, Lucy. Hi, baby.
Cheers, sorry.
You wait.
Loose. She's like, screw that. Whoa, wait, hey now. Flavor follows the nose. And Being
That's what happens when you own too many cats.
Technical difficulties, we'll roll with them. It follows the nose, caramel, malty, roasty,
Oh, there
toasty.
it is.
A little bit of smokiness. This guy's pissing me off. Oh my god!
Here we go.
No, it's like the cats come by and they're like,
Oh, Bailey. Okay. Oh man.
I guess it's a good beer. Look,
There we go.
I've seen both of these cats, maybe they're well over drinking age.
they go to AA meetings tomorrow
Yeah, they
night.
do.
Okay?
It's a little medium body mouth feel. Can we move on to Alex?
Sure.
We'll come back with his thoughts. All right.
I appreciate you there,
I hijacked.
Daddy-O. You're a hero. I won't forget it. Now, see what this smells like. Actually, it's nice and dark, like I said earlier. It had a nice frothy head earlier. Obviously, it dropped. But it looks very red, dark color, like it's supposed to be. Let's see what it smells like. It smells like, kind of like raisin. Kind of like. Which I like. To a point in a beer, anyway.
Raisins.
And it has that sweetness to it. Just perfect. I like that sweetness, deliciousness, like I said. So, I mean, on both beers, the one beer I drank last week and this one so far. So let's see what this tastes like, shall we?
Cheers, Alex.
Cheers.
Cheers, pro salute. Eh.
What he said.
Silante.
It tastes like just like raisin, just like it is on the smell.
Nice.
The mouthfeel is very light. It wants you to go back for more. It's a little dry, but also a little bit watery, just the way I like it too. If you don't want a strong beer. It has that sweetness. Just perfect. And it has that dryness and that bitterness in the back end. I don't like that, but again, I would still get the beer again to drink because it has a great, great sweetness to it. It's very light. That's all I can taste. It's very good. So if you can get Yards Raw Champion Ale from Yards, please do. Very good beer. It's a very good beginner of light beers or dark beers or whatever. So
Cool.
please give us a shot if you can.
That sounds about like what everybody else is drinking for the most
Yes,
part.
sir.
So, please do. Please get it. Very good
Right on
beer.
par.
I'll give it a rating next time around. Legendary Andrew.
Thank you,
Cheers.
Alex. Cheers.
Alex rocks.
All right, so I got a fresh one. I got a cold one of these suckers this time because that other one was warm. I got it down.
There you go.
All right, so let's pour it up again. See if we get that same rocky looking head. I don't think so because Ron's look pretty tight knit and creamy, which is what this one looks like. Much better looking head. Doesn't look as rocky. So, yeah, 2 fingers, same off-white head. Effervescence. It's got some really slow, small rising bubbles. It's not really quick, but it's going in there. They said low to medium carbonation, so that looks about right, in my opinion. All right, so yeah, dark in appearance. That light's not cutting it. It's a dark, like ruby brown, amber-esque color. I guess you guys could see it there through the.
Yeah, look good. Yeah, you got that really, really dark red.
So yeah, going for the nose. So right up front, I get a brown bread crust. picking up the slight chocolate malt in there. It's present, but not overbearing or overwhelming. Does have it does, man. It's got a nice breadiness to it. Maybe I can kind of get the toffee on the nose as well. So, cheers, guys. Going for a sip.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers there, Andrew, my friend.
Get a good horn off this one. Yeah. All right. So it's definitely bready. It's up front. You get that malt. It's three. Well, like Ron said, and I said too. It's got three different kinds of malts, and it's got caramel, chocolate, and the two-row. So it's there. You can taste it. The chocolate malt, it's very subtle. I like the hint of it, and it's not a chocolate forward beer at all by any means. I do pick up that caramel toffee flavor comes through over the palate as well, which is nice because you're getting what this product says it's supposed to be, and that can be a stretch nowadays with some of these beers that they put out. And as it sits in the finish, I mean, it is slightly drying, but I get the hot flavor when it sits, and there's a very, very slight bitterness. It's not overly bitter, but it could be a different experience if you've never had anything like this. It's definitely not American brown territory at all by any means. Even some good lacing, even though I did drink one of these out of this glass already.
Nice.
But yeah, like I said, it hits on everything. You get the coffee that Ron brought up. Maybe. I think that's a mixture between that toffee and that chocolate malt. They're playing together, and it can kind of, it's along with that slight bitter from the hops, it kind of gives you that effect, but it's not, like I said, it's not very upfront. It's not in your face. It doesn't smack you in the mouth and say, hey, there's coffee in here. But overall, I've got no complaints. I've had this beer before many of times, and I think it's really good beer. So, hey, that's all I can say. So we'll move it on to our scores and shout outs. So, yeah, cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So, Burley in there, he was talking about like gluten-free beers and stuff like that. Like I was saying before, this is the style. I've made. I tried to attempt to make. Well, I made them, but made very low ABV beers where they're like less than 1%. So, this is kind of in the realm where. Not from the standpoint of low ABV, but being able to get character out of the malts, the hops, everything that comes with the style. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about that because being able to get a good taste out of this at 5%, I mean, it's not too bad, but being able to with the lightness of the beer, it's hard to maintain character and everything with a beer when you're going for a specific style that is very light on the taste. So that's what I'm trying to say is that they did a really good job with this. From a score, I'll give it a 92. It's an A for me on this. I've had a lot of English, browns, reds, those types of ales that were way worse than this. This is really good. I don't mind it. I think Samuel Smith always makes a good product if you get a chance. I think its distribution's pretty much countrywide in the States. So in the UK, just go to the brewery. So yeah, we'll give
Kev's
her
on his way.
I know, right? Cheers. Cheers, everybody. Cheers to the chat.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah. Shout outs.
Plugs.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
your
plugs.
shout outs, Jay
I
Brian.
put out a video today on reminders on doing the 2021 Beer Truck Challenge. There's a lot of promises out there that people are going to do it. We have 11 entries. I have the video already up to that point. All we're waiting for is those of you who have not done it, get your ass off whatever you're sitting on and just get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Get it to me. You know how to do it. Just watch the damn videos if you don't know. And we'll have a good time this year. You'll laugh your ass off and you want to do it every year. It's a blast. So please be a part of it. Come on.
Yeah.
Tell your friends. Bring, make sure there's no kids in the video.
Yeah.
Bring your grandma even. Who cares?
Yeah, be responsible. Don't be doing it on the top of the building while you're hanging on the side with your pinky. Don't do
Keep
stupid
it up,
stuff.
Brian.
No hardcore chugging.
You get people out there that do stupid stuff. So be responsible. Cheers.
Yeah.
Cool.
Could Stella? I guarantee Lucy could probably do a quicker chug than me. Just saying.
All right,
Stella could.
Davis. Talking about Zamote Mountain, North Conway, New Hampshire. Their Bone Shaker Brown Ale at 5.4. It's getting towards the room temperature, and when that happens, there's a bigger chocolatey, or that's a word, mouthfeel and feeling about the beer. So that's kind of cool. Again, I think this would go great at their brewery with the smokehouse and the smoked meats and sausages. I think that would be pretty great. Beer gave it an 86. I'll go a couple points higher than that. I will give this one an 88 out of 100. So pretty good stuff. I'm not going to complain at like 11 or 12.99 for a 4-pack. This is lower ABV beers. You can have this at any point. I don't think that there's enough sweet. It is a slightly sweeter beer, but I don't think there's enough sweetness in this beer that if you had it at any point, no matter what you're doing, it would be too sweet for you. But I do think that you're going to want a little bit of a sweeter beer, and I think the style itself is a little bit subtle with the nuances and the flavors. It doesn't really take you a lot to pull out the flavors, but for what's here, it's really delicate, and you have to think about it just for a tiny bit, but you'll get it. It's not that difficult. So, again, I give it an 88 because not earth-shattering, not like you got to run out and get it now, but if you are in New Hampshire, you run across this beer, pick that thing up. You'll like it in the fall time of the White Mountains. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, big breaking news here. I gotta go band practice on Wednesday, Alex. So do it Wildcard Wednesday.
I'll do it.
All right, and
You knew that was good.
and so maybe we'll let y'all know. Maybe June 18th release date for an Oxblood Forge album. Wait and see on that.
I have to wait 2+ months for this. 2+ months. I have to wait 2+ months for this.
Yeah, damn
You
right.
didn't make it, so you can
Then
wait.
I don't want it. I'm just kidding.
We
June 18th. Penciled in.
How much that would cost?
Well, I mean, Chatty, you can hit Beerman up. He can rip you a bootleg cut.
No, I'll buy the CD and digitize it myself. I'll have the CD.
All right, we can get you a CD.
Yeah.
Or
Hell yeah.
cassettes as well.
Cheers, Eric.
I'm looking forward to it, Eric.
All right.
So that's
That's all I get.
2.
Oh God, this other ugly mother foe again. This beer is delicious. It is what it says it is. Newcastle is pretty kick butt. Everyone drop. Okay, that's. I'm like, everyone ditched me. I'm like, hi, I'm running the show again. Oh God,
No,
again.
we're here.
I know. It's a brilliant English brown that will. This thing will clear the fog in London and also the pot smoke in Denver. With that being said, this is a 96 out of 100. Very solid. It is. It says what it says on the side. It says water, malted barley, roasted malt, Centennial, and Chinook hops, and you get every single one of those in it, and it's perfect. So if you can find Newcastle Brown, which you probably should be able to almost anywhere, get it. Plug shout outs. An hour and 10 minutes from now, 10 p.m. Eastern, I'll be doing a premiere of a video from today.
All right.
Just another oddball thing for me. Not beer related, but it's oddball. It's fun. Cheers, miscellaneous.
Cheers, Chatio. So yeah, we'll get yeah, I'm thinking about doing. No, now you gave that such a good score. I might have to buy one of those and put it up against.
Yeah, it's for what it is. That's why I scored it that way. Like it is what it is, and for this type of for this beer, because it's one of the OGs of the brown ale. So yeah, it lives up to the standard.
Yeah, while you're doing the review, sometimes too, don't you get that little cat litter taste and when Lucy?
I think Beer Mac gets more of a catty flavor in his stuff than I do.
That's true.
All right, thanks, Chatio. We're gonna get Alex.
Thank you for having me.
No problem, anytime.
Well, appreciate it there, Andrew. I appreciate joining. Let me join, and this beer, I'm gonna give it a 94. Very tasty beer.
Whoa.
94.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am sure because it's a very good beer. You never know. Maybe I might dial it back if I do it on my channel. I don't know. On my review, if I review it on my channel. But yeah, if you can get the Brawl Champion Ale, please do from Yards. It's good beer. I mean, if you like that sweetness and all that, and then including the beers that everybody else is drinking, please get them as well. They're probably delicious and sweet as well. So please get them as well.
Alex likes his raisins.
Well, yeah, somewhat. I do like raisins somewhat. But so obviously I have a new show. Well, not a new show, but Wednesday, obviously now, the legendary Eric has said. We're going to be doing Wild Card Wednesday at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time on my channel. And then next Wednesday, legendary Eric will be back on his channel.
I really hope so. Well, that should be okay.
So other than that, Eric will let me know if that's going to be the case. But I will say for right now, his show will be back on his channel the following Wednesday, unless he tells me otherwise. And then my channel itself with the Food Friday, we're going to be having loaded baked potatoes.
Whoa.
And you can bring any beer you want. And don't forget Stout Sunday, 10:30 on Johnny Boy's channel, known as John and Nelly or Georgia Beer Reviews. So get your stouts on. 10:30.
Bring a potato beer. Potato beer.
I don't know if that would work.
Potato vodka.
Or porter.
Or pork.
So no, all seriousness though, yeah, bring some stouts on Stout Sunday on John and Nelly's channel, known as Georgia Beer Reviews. So get your stouts on. 10:30 in the morning.
You're right.
Oh, yeah. If I wasn't working, I damn sure would.
I know you would.
Wendy's has baked potatoes, people. Get the Wendy's. Come on.
Well, no, you can actually bring a potato beer if it's a Irish potato stout.
Yes.
Potato salad.
That's right. I'm
So
off this
thanks.
Friday. I have no excuse. I have to do this.
So thank you, Andrew, for letting me join, and I'll continue drinking this beer, and that's it.
No
Thanks.
problem, Alex.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, bro.
All right. So, yeah, for the Turbo Dog from Avita, 5.6 ABV, I've really got no complaints. I mean, per what the BJCP says and what they claim this beer to be and the flavors that I'm getting, it's meeting the mark for the standard wise. Like I said, it's. Hold on one second. I've got children.
Uh-oh.
Right. This is when Chatio takes over.
Not today. No, he just said.
Sorry about that.
He just wants
Anyways,
Yeah.
so yeah, like I said, 3 different malts, 2-row, caramel, chocolate. They're all there. You get that slight chocolate. You get the caramel toffee. It's in there. Body is light to medium. Maybe pushing more towards the medium side. Very drinkable beer for 5.6%. You couldn't tell that it was that high. I would honestly, if somebody put this in front of me, I'd think it was lower than that. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and score this at a 94. I'm going to give it a few more points than Ron Terrio did. I base it on the style guidelines as well. It's very tasty beer. It's good. Would I buy it again? Absolutely. I got a 6-pack because I knew what I was getting into to begin with. So, yeah, 94 on the beer. Shout out wise, I have been putting out a few new videos. I'm going to be trying to keep up doing some more beer reviews. So stay tuned for those more miscellaneous brew reviews. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and shout out to Beer Man. Tomorrow is Beer and Cheese Tuesday, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Bring a cheese, bring a craft beer, roll the dice, see if you can make something happen. It's for science. Who knows? Yeah. Other than that, yeah, Wednesdays Eastern Standard Time, 9 o'clock. Come by and play What the ABV with us over at Chugs. It's always a great time. I think the only one other than that hasn't been hit is Thursdays. Thursdays around 8 o'clock is Thirsty Thursday over at Craft Beer Pours. It's usually an open panel. Just bring a beer, come hang out with you. It's very casual and laid back. So that's pretty much the gist of it. I'll bring us back up to full panel like this. And that's it, guys. We've pretty much hit the hour mark, and Malty Monday went pretty smooth.
Andrew, we also have to do a poll, so I'm gonna have to call Mr. Beerman because
You don't have to.
He's around. He's in the chat.
He's on standby.
Yeah, he's
good. And we're good. All right, awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I talked with him earlier.
Alex is all over it. Woohoo.
Just saying. Thank you.
All the bases are covered. So cheers, everybody. Awesome chat. Awesome panel. All 1,500 watching. I really appreciate it. And yeah, other than that, I'd like to tell you guys, stay sipping. Cheers.
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 Stay
Cheers.
Go ahead, Alex. Send us off.
All right, like I do last time. Okay. This sucks, Beermaster, and we'll see you all in the next live stream, the next video. Sucks, Beermaster, signing